I'm Johnny, you're watching A View to a Grill, and today is the first video of our Weber Connect series. And if you want to see other great videos, all you have to do is subscribe. First up, pork chops. We're ready, so let's fire up the Weber Connect app. We're going to choose pork and the 1 1/4 inch pork chop. We'll only use one probe for this cook. We'll choose the red selector probe. It's going to open up to the tips tab. And go ahead and look over this for the first couple of times you use the app. The grill maintenance tips, the cleaning of your grill grates tip, and make sure your fuel level is enough to last the duration of the cook. I'm going to fill up with enough fuel, brush it down with my stainless steel brush and then my whisk brush, and then I'll spray it down with a little bit of canola oil. Now don't spray your canola oil directly over the flames because you will get a little bit of a flare up if you do. Now step 2, cook preparation. We'll start preheating the grill and getting that temperature up to between the 450 and 500 degree range. We'll get the lid on and preheat. While that's going on, let's get the pork chop ready to grill. We'll start off by putting in a little bit of olive oil, and today we're going to use my homemade seasoning, which is my SPG plus OP rub. You can find that video in the card above. And to that we're going to add an equal amount of the dried Italian seasoning. I'll use my laser thermometer to measure the temperature of the grill grates. So now you just follow the rest of the instructions. Here is where they show how to insert the probe. We'll do that. Next, put the pork chop on the grill. It shows you how to do it, so we're going to do it. And then it says to cook it with the lid on. So we'll put the lid on. Once you've gone through all that and chosen that you're finished each step, this screen will show up and it tells you you have about 7 minutes to relax. So I didn't relax. I watched it like a hawk because, you know, it's a new thing and I don't know if it works yet. So I didn't touch this until it was time to flip. And you see here you get this countdown and then like a ringing bell notification that it's time for you to flip your pork chop. It also gives you a small video on how to flip a pork chop. So we'll go ahead and remove the lid and flip the pork chop. Now you could imagine my surprise when I saw how good this pork chop looked. It really looks good. And I mean, look at it. You gotta agree with that, right? That thing looks good. So I was truly shocked, okay? I really was. So now that the pork chop has been flipped, we're gonna put the lid back on. We'll let Weber Connect know that we're done with that step. And Weber Connect tells us we have about 6 minutes to relax. I did not relax. I watched it again like a hawk. But I want to say that I never once peeked in, opened the lid. I left it closed the entire time because lifting the lid was not one of the steps. So I didn't do it. So having a little faith in the app, that really took a lot. It really did. So we just let the cook go until we reached our countdown stage again. You'll get another little bell notification to tell you when it's time to take the pork chop off. Now here's the underside. It looks really good. It doesn't look as good as the presentation side of the pork chop, but it still looks pretty good. Now the instructions say to let it rest for about 5 minutes and the temperature should continue to rise. Now I don't know if you noticed, but the temperature was at about 142 degrees when I pulled it off the grill. 5 minutes later, by the time I cut into it, it's sitting at about 150 degrees. 5 minute carryover, 8 degree rise on an 1.25 inch pork chop. Okay, so here's the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's cut into this thing and see what it looks like. Now for me, that is perfect. I can't say that I could have done this any better just using my own grilling skills. And I grill a lot. I grill 3 to 4 times a week. And even after I've torn into this for a little while, because it really was good, this is what it looks like towards the center of the pork chop next to the bone. Still looks fantastic. The color, it has that light pink color to it. It was a really good and juicy pork chop. So my next cook will be chicken quarters, and I think that one's going to be a little bit more difficult than the pork chop, mainly because of that chicken skin. It's real easy to burn chicken skin. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.